And I have noticed an interesting trend that lots of people, especially the parents, try to choose a private school to send their kids to, because when both the parents are at home or at work and the kids are at home, it's kind of difficult to manage. So they were trying to send their children to in-person schools. My suspicion is that a lot more private schools are open than the public schools. A lot more people choose private schools during the past year because they want the in-person learning there. Usually, I realize that the private schools are under less scrutiny as the public schools, and sometimes they're governed more, based on what the parents have been saying to them. That's less policy guided. So many public schools are working under the school districts, and the school districts are usually subject to the rules of the health department of the state, etc. So they probably are more restrictive in terms of how many people can be in the room, etc. A lot more public school students are choosing to study virtually. Public schools, it can be divided equally between in-person students and virtual students. When the reopening happens, what's going to be the impact? The public schools may be more impacted because there's more disparity. So in the way people learn, I bet there is going to be some kind of performance differences. And I have learned that public schools are trying hard nowadays to offer remedial services to the students who are falling behind. For public schools at the beginning, people were very concerned about the Wi-Fi access, the devices, etc. But I just found that public schools quickly learned to cope with situations like this, for instance, deploying routers using buses in the city, and then give students Chromebooks. Students are unregulated at home when parents are out working as essential workers. I don't know how much they are actually learning. So that is a little bit of a concern. Our public schools here noticed that there's a drop in enrollment as well. So that is a huge impact. For private schools, their enrollment actually increased because some students moved to private schools. So when there is an enrollment drop, that actually has a financial impact on the public schools and the school districts, because they get less money from the federal and local governments. That means when the schools reopen, there's going to be some kind of gaps to be closed, either through remedial service or through summer school. So that should help the students, keep make up for what they have lacked during the virtual learning. We still have learned a lot of things from the pandemic about what you can do with technology, what you can do with remote teaching or remote learning tools or platforms. And I don't think we should forget about this after schools just reopen.